All right, I'll call the regular meeting of the Anderson County Commissioners Court to order on September the 25th, 2023 at 9:30 a.m. Show that a quorum is present. Currently, Commissioner Mims and Commissioner Chapin are absent. I believe Commissioner Chapin's out of town. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. First item on the agenda is invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance. Commissioner Hill, if you'll lead us in the invocation. If y'all please stand.
Heavenly Father, Lord, we just come to you today, Lord. Father, I just want to thank you for the rain that you sent, Lord. Just want to praise you for that. Father, I just ask you to be with us today as we conduct county business. Father, I just pray that everything we do will be pleasing to you. Lord, I just ask that you'll be with the men and women that are fighting for our freedom, Lord. I ask that you'll put a hedge of protection over them and watch over them. Pray you'll be with their families and comfort them through this time. Father, we just thank you and praise you for all you do. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. You'll join us in the pledge of the U.S. flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Do we have anybody signed up in open form? No, sir. Okay. All right, item number 4 is the consent agenda. Consent agenda is considered to be self-explanatory and will be enacted with one motion. There will not be a separate discussion on these items. However, any consent agenda item may be removed for individual consideration pursuant to a request by the Commissioners Court members. We have, for the record show, Commissioner Mims is present. Let's see. So we got it. Let's see. Amendments. We have minutes from a special meeting on August 9th, 2023. And we have budget amendments number 105 to 113. And we have bills to approve, and then Commissioner Dixon, you said you had utilities crossing County Road?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I have one for Brush Creek Water. They're going to be landline down Anderson County Road 349. They're going to be making 2 bores under the road to hook up 2 meters, and that'll be a 3/4 inch service line. And then I have another one from Norwood Water Supply System going down 359-1, and it is they're going to be boring under the road.
Commissioner Hill, you had one for Commissioner Chapin?
Yes, sir. It's going to be Spectrum, County Road 1231 south of US 84.
Okay. Did you have any? You
No, sir. I don't know, sir.
Commissioner Mims?
No, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I think.
All right, we've got the treasury report, sheriff's report, county clerk's report, tax assessor collector's report, district attorney's report, auditor's report, district clerk's report, IT report. You do have an IT report in your packet. Jay, did you already hand that out? Okay. JP reports, any constable reports that's been turned in, veterans report, collections report, historical commission reports. I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda. Oh, first we got to do the treasurer's report. If everybody.
You ready for a hand, gentlemen?
Yes.
I was correct. You read the treasurer's report and believe to best of your abilities. It is correct.
Yes, I did. Okay. Now I'll entertain a motion to approve consent agenda.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Hill. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Mims. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? So ordered. Next item on the agenda is to hear a presentation from Brian Austin of the American Legion, recognizing their choice for Law Enforcement Officer of the Year. Mr. Austin. Good to have y'all here this morning.
Thank you, sir. We're presenting today the Law Enforcement Officer of the Year for Anderson County, which is Deputy Sharp. This award reads, Deputy Sharp, Anderson County Sheriff's Department, who has presented himself or herself as a well-rounded law enforcement officer of the year, who has exceeded the duty requirements expected of his or her position to include heroic acts and has demonstrated distinct power in community service coupled with professional achievements. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, sir. All right, item number 6 is consider and authorize setting a date of November the 27th, 2023 for a public hearing and publication of notice of such hearing in a newspaper of general circulation on the creation of a reinvestment zone to be known as Anderson County Reinvestment Zone Trinity Gas Storage for purposes of tax abatement to provide economic development within the county and to make and to take up for consideration an application for tax abatement deemed to be in due form from Trinity Gas Storage LLC. And in closure 1 is the motion that needs to be made. So I'll entertain a motion to move that the Commissioners Court of Anderson County conduct a public hearing at 10 a.m. on November the 27th, 2023, and provide notice and required by law regarding the creation of a reinvestment zone for purposes of tax abatement to provide economic development to publish in a newspaper of general circulation in accordance with Chapter 312 of the Texas Tax Code, and to take possible action regarding an application for tax abatement determined to be in due form from Trinity Gas Storage LLC on a capital investment of approximately $80 million. I'll entertain that motion.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Mims. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Hill. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So ordered. Item number 7 is consider and take action to give notice to other taxing jurisdictions of the tax abatement pursuant to Chapter 312 of the Texas Tax Code for the same project. So I'll entertain a motion that the Commissioners move the Commissioners Court of Anderson County conduct a public hearing on November the 27th, 2023, and to provide notice to other taxing jurisdictions in Anderson County that the Commissioners Court will consider an application for tax abatement from Trinity Gas Storage LLC on terms favorable to Anderson County as required by Chapter 312 of the Texas Tax Code. Entertain that motion.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Mims. Do I have a second?
Yes, sir.
Second by Commissioner Dixon. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? So ordered. Item number 8 is here presentation from Austin Willis with Belltown Power Texas LLC related to an economic development project. Consider and take action on a retainer agreement with Allison Bass and McGee LLP for assistance with issues regarding the BT Brotherton Storage LLC tax abatement. And morning.
Good morning. Thank
If
you.
you'll state your name and who you represent for the record.
My name's Austin Willis. I'm with Belltown Power, Texas. Thank you for having me. I'll give just a brief introduction on myself and the company, and then just a high level of the project, which is what the packet I handed to you is. So I've been with Belltown for about 6 years. We started the company about 7 years ago. Two founders out of Dallas, partnered with a business colleague or a business school friend from the UK to start a development company focused on, at the time, utility scale solar development in Texas, and more specifically in the areas around DFW. At the time, our approach was it was better to give up some of the sunny days that you would get out in West Texas if you could site something near where people live. The transmission systems out west and the generation that was going on out there, specifically with wind, we saw was going to cause some issues getting that power back to where people live. So our approach since the beginning has been to site projects near where people live to get rid of that curtailment risk. Turned out to be a pretty good strategy, and what we thought would maybe take years to come to fruition out west happened very quickly, and our projects, I'd say, became pretty valuable because they didn't have that risk. So we've done a number of projects in North Texas, and since then, really 2020, kind of the winter storm as a catalyst, battery storage became something that was now an important addition to renewable energy in Texas. Really what these battery projects are instantaneous response to grid emergencies. If there's a frequency issue, let's say a thermal plant goes offline unexpectedly, that can cause some frequency issues with the grid, and ERCOT has to flip some switches with load to counteract that. What these batteries can do is instantaneously respond to that, where they don't need to decrease load. They can just rely on these batteries. So that's one aspect of how these batteries can work. Another is, if you think about energy in Texas, is an hourly market. So when demand is high, prices are typically high. When demand is low, middle of the night, prices are low. What this battery will do is charge in the middle of the night and discharge when power is needed, kind of an arbitrage model for the revenue. What that eventually does in our estimates is that as more batteries come online, it kind of smooths the power pricing across the grid. So ultimately, there's not these dips and valleys and peaks. It's more levelized cost for the consumer. So that's what this project is a standalone battery storage facility. It's on 645 and 79, so just southwest of town. It's on 12 acres, so relatively small footprint next to an existing substation. Rayburn Electric owns that substation, and we have a very good relationship with Rayburn. We've done a few projects with them, and easy to work with compared to Encores of the world. And what this, basically the equipment that would be there is batteries. They kind of look like shipping containers in size. Some high voltage equipment to step up the voltage to connect into the substation, and that's essentially it. It's a very large investment for a small piece of property. We estimate right now it's $130 million for a 175 megawatt battery facility. We think it's going to be a 2-hour duration just because that's the way things are trending in Texas. That it's I'd say it started out a couple years, 1-hour duration was the type of battery that were installed. Now it's 2-hour, just because there's a little bit more flexibility with how those batteries work, but also means it's a more expensive system. We think that towards the end of end of next year or beginning of 2025 is when we'd be able to start construction. It's a pretty short construction period, 9 to 12 months on average. And then once construction's over, it's a 30-year operating term is what we expect. And that's what our ground lease is with Mr. Brotherton. And it's a pretty low impact facility. There's not somebody out there every day. It's remotely monitored. really, it's not a big job creator, to be honest. It is, temporary construction jobs and local spending during construction period, but is taking a piece of property that's, I believe, agriculturally exempt today, making it market taxes and adding a large, investment on top of that. So not a big job creator, but I'd say a pretty low impact way to capture some tax revenue. I think the school district is a big benefit of this. Westwood is, over 30 years, we estimate $14-15 million in property taxes that would go to Westwood. And then with the county, I think even with the abatement that's structured with the point system, what we calculate is still over $4 million just to the county. So pretty large increase in tax revenue compared to what it is today.
The largest benefiter is the school districts, though.
Correct,
School
yeah.
districts, they win the most.
I invited the superintendent today. I thought he might want to hear the presentation, so. He had hit me up about all the other school districts getting projects, and I thought he'd get a good surprise this morning, so. Anyway.
I'm just glad majority of the projects are in my precinct right now.
Also, when you was talking about the 2-hour duration, is that how long your batteries can be online? Is that what you're saying?
So yes, if you wanted to discharge fully, like let's say at noon, you wanted to discharge fully, it can last till 2 p.m. Most emergency events in ERCOT, 95% are 30 minutes or less. They're short things.
With the blackouts.
But if it's a winter storm type thing, to be honest, it's not gonna solve that. There's not anything that can solve that right now.
I'm just asking a question now. If you use that 2 hours, when would it be recharged during a time like that to get another 2 hours?
It would take another 2 hours to charge it fully. A lot of the way these are used are kind of not 100% or 0, but it's 25% or 50%, and there's all these AI algorithms that manage when it's best to charge and discharge. But I'd say the key revenue stream for at least the next 5-6 years, we believe, is called the RRS market, which is an ancillary services market in ERCOT. Basically, you're bidding into this system that you promise ERCOT you'll be charged and available if there is an event. And the way that system works is if, let's say, an event happens at 2 p.m. the next day, they'll call on you and discharge however much they need from you. But then you're also on the hook for the remaining 10 hours of the day. So if you discharge fully, you have to recharge and be available again.
So, for clarification, is that 2-hour duration for the entire facility or for so many batteries? It's for the entire facility, right?
Correct, yeah.
Yes, sir. For the one that you're building here in Tucker?
Yes, yeah.
Yes, sir.
No, sounds good.
Y'all got a copy of the retainer agreement from Bob X?
I don't know.
Well.
Yes, we did.
I talked to Bob, and I think part of your application needed a little tweaking,
Okay.
but he contacted you. Got y'all to send that, right?
I think so.
Okay.
I think we sent him the answers he needed.
So he prepared a retainer agreement,
Okay.
like we did in the other projects,
Yes, sir.
so. Any other, thank you, Mr. Willis.
No, any questions?
Any other? I'll entertain a motion to approve a retainer agreement with Allison Bass and McGee LLP for the assistance in issues regarding the B.T. Brotherston storage tax abatement. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Mims. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Hill. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So ordered.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank y'all. All right, in the interest of time with attorneys here, I'm gonna move down to item number 24. Anderson County Commissioners Court will go into executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.071, consultation with our attorney on contemplated or pending litigation. So at this time, we need to, except for the commissioners and attorneys and the county auditor, we need to ask everybody to step out of the courtroom. So we'll go into closed session at 9:51 a.m. on September the 25th, 2023, at 11:07 a.m. And we are now reconvened back in open session. And no action was taken. And we have no action to take at this time. On the closed session. All right. Moving to item number 9, consider and take action on authorizing the county auditor to request quotes for IT or information technology department for support services. And have you got a mic?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You got one for Alan? Oh, you got it. Oh, that's right. You already did.
See if Mark has a place to put.
Mark, do you need paper clips?
I can take your paper from
I mean, I'm not gonna give them to you.
You're
I mean, I
buying
want
them.
50 cents for them.
Well, I owe you.
Okay. Please, in case I need a cigarette.
Okay. Did you want to explain that, Mike?
Sure.
Okay.
What I've put together for you gentlemen is a RFQ to go out. I've specified the 3 companies that we feel like that would be good. That includes Synergy, ECX, Flare Data. That would give us quotes to the previous for any of the items that are listed in our scope of work, which have pretty much everything we were looking for with Synergy. Also gives a little bit of background for them, and then also gives us more options to where we could get information faster, quicker, going through an RFQ process than an RFP process. That's kind of why I put it together that way.
Megan said that because this, the nature of this is a request for quotes, then she won't have to advertise it in the paper and all. So that'll save
have
some.
to do the long period of time of waiting.
Wait 14 days and all that.
And all 3 of these are either through some type of state contract or
Right.
all 3 vendors.
Okay.
So that way that precludes having to worry about that.
And we tried to also pick places that were close by. All 3 of these vendors are out of Tyler or close or Longview. So that way they're not too far away from us in order to get response if we were to have somebody come in.
Looks good to me.
Firewall and other securities. So like, say for instance, I'll give you an example. Are you seeking a company to help speed up the process with like emails getting stuck or queued in as they come into the system? Because I don't know what y'all have put in play right now, but y'all have something that kind of have them sitting there and they're stuck. And like if we can't, like, say for example, last week I needed a quote they kept sending me for a pickup because I'm trying to get 3 quotes. Well, no one could ever find a quote, and they sent it 5 or 6 times, but it was stuck in the queue.
It wasn't stuck in the queue. Actually, believe it or not, I proved it. We actually went to the reports through Office 365, and I was able to find out he wasn't sending it to the right part. He wasn't sending it to Kathy. But without having that capability, like if we were to need somebody that was an Office 365 expert, that's kind of why I put it into the scope of work.
All right, well, so that happened with mine, but then just like for this new company that Joey's going to do a bid with or whatever that Greg's looking at, it got him blocked out for his credentials and everything the same way. So it will stop all that?
We can put in Office 365. If we identify that they've got something wrong, then we can put in an exception and we can actually go ahead and file it with Microsoft to go ahead and release that so that way they will say this is not spam. Because on the IT report, I also did show that Office 365 stopped I want to say 3,656, I believe it was. That last month, it stopped 3,656 emails that were spam that would have normally gone into somebody's mailbox. It stopped it.
So are they technically going in spam, or do y'all have to approve them before they come out? That's the next question. Do y'all have it set up to where you have to approve them before you release the emails to everybody?
If we identify that it was a spam, then we can go and file it with Microsoft to go ahead and release it. Yes.
Okay.
But we have to go into it and go after it.
But as it goes now, we do have some kind of something set up that if it doesn't go through your hands, it's not going to get released. Is that
It's
correct?
through policies, yes.
Yes, sir. All right.
I have a question on this. These three companies, will part of their bid be for disaster recovery?
No, disaster recovery is totally separate.
Okay, because I knew we had something on the agenda for that, and I just did not know if,
No, I did not want that one to be affected by this.
okay,
So I did not put disaster recovery anywhere in this field.
right, okay.
Any other questions?
I have none.
I'll entertain a motion that we authorize auditor to go out for quotes for Information Technology Department for support services.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Hill, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Commissioner Mims. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So ordered.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Mike. Thanks for putting that all together. All right, item number 10 is consider and take action on approving a vendor policy with the revisions made by the district attorney. Ms. Mitchell.
So I was able to talk to Commissioner Hill, Commissioner Dixon, and Commissioner Mims and I have had to play phone tag about what some of the questions y'all had about the vendor policy. So basically I took it as that you want to be involved. You want to know what's going on. You trust IT, but you'd like to be in the loop because you are our commissioners for it. Totally makes sense. So in red are some changes I made. It's not final by any means, but I did the one that y'all talked about in court, and then I did one to just in general that you'd have to prove. You'd have to be the ones to finally approve every single one that came through the county. The second way is if the IT director denies it, then they have to come and explain to y'all why they denied it. And if there's a way to make it work, it can be approved.
So you're talking about either or, A or B?
No, I was just gonna take them out. Which one of y'all didn't want it out?
Okay, that's what I'm asking. Okay.
One's general, one's more specific is basically what it boils down to. And then on the second page, you know, we had all those different things that the vendor was supposed to have. I just condensed it. Because if you're dealing with these people anyway, they have their own vetting process, and so they're not gonna hire bad employees. You would think not. But so that's just kind of broadly covered this as well. So I narrowed it to verify the vendor's work history, including but not limited to their product, services, and reputation. And then on the last page, I made it where the IT department has to submit a monthly report to y'all documenting any third-party vendor activity that happened for that month. On the last page, I just made it more specific because it said R, and I changed it to Anderson County's information systems. So what do y'all think?
Well, I mean, and that's what, you know, I guess it's been 2-3 months ago, we instituted a ticketing system so they could give a report. So they got a report today.
Good,
That's not a problem. We've been working towards that.
good.
But we had to have some way to, you know, document. And that was my purpose for asking them to go ahead and do that, is to be able to document what activity we're doing. So I thought that was kind of give you an idea of what we were dealing with back there. So, I mean, I don't have a problem with that myself.
I like the condensing on 5.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I like the condensing on 5. I think that,
The letter I,
yes, sir. I think it was E actually, and goes all the way through to I. I think that covers a lot right there. Condensing 5, you basically gave a general, vetting process, and I mean, they're gonna look at their employees and whoever they hire themselves in the right fashion.
Yes.
Because they are one of these companies that are, you know, they got a big reputation. They're not just a Joe Blow out there. So I think the condensing on number 5 was very needed. And I think that if,
so we talking about, what I'm asking for clarification on 5E? Are we talking about adding that language at the bottom of 5E and then?
The language I propose is 5EI.
Okay, instead of the red writing above that.
Yes, sir. I was just explaining my position.
Okay, so
Yes.
that would be left out.
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Okay, I agree with you on that. I don't have a problem with that.
What do y'all think about the notification?
Well,
On the first page?
Yes, sir. Number 3, A or B?
I like B because it's more specific. The only problem I have, and I want to ask you this question, is if IT has to notify the court within 24 hours of something, then there's no real way to do that without violating Open Meetings Act.
I was just throwing
I
it
know.
in there just to say, you know, we need to talk about the notification.
Right, so,
Could we
I
change
think
it
that
to
there
the
could be-
following Commissioners Court?
No. I think that there could be a notification, come to judge.
and then
Within the
I call
24 hours, did he call a special meeting? And we could come up here with a special meeting.
That would be my
And we could
suggestion.
have this resolved within 4 days.
That
because we
would
have
be
to wait
my
the time.
suggestion.
Yes,
That's fine with me.
I don't have a problem with that.
yes.
That's fine.
But
with
that
me.
way nobody calls into question our communications.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So-
Like, there's nothing else to be done between IT and the judge, because he's just letting us know we need to call a special session, something's happening.
So where it says he or she must notify the county judge within 24 hours?
Well, the commissioner's court,
What,
and we know that we're designating the county judge to,
well, I understand, but notify the county judge within 24 hours and then put some language in there that the county judge will do a
Mutual call a
will
special.
post agenda after 72 hours for a special meeting.
Okay.
And that could be, depending on the nature of it, if it's a security issue, we need to do it in closed session,
Yes.
correct? Okay.
but I think you can still leave the notification of the commissioner's court within 24 hours there, and the court will just designate the person that they'll respond to, like we do as signing contracts and everything, the county judge, and then
Well-
the county judge has set the meeting and all that.
My concern is I can't send y'all an email.
No,
He
sir.
can't send y'all an email.
They can come directly to you.
No,
How about we do this? How about we say, notify the Commissioners Court by a representative of the county judge, and the county judge will in turn post an agenda for a special meeting. But of course fancier.
that's fine with me. Y'all okay with it?
Yeah, I think that
That's
sounds
good.
good.
Okay. All right. The rest of it, so all that red type lettering under E is omitted except for the letter I.
Yes, sir.
Is that what y'all understand?
Yes,
So
sir.
we can line through that? I want to make sure the clerks got it like we want it done, so.
So we're taking I out.
No.
No,
leave
no,
it
I
alone.
stays
Take
and
it.
the other goes out.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. Because it makes it simpler to understand. And the IT department will submit a report monthly to the Commissioners Court, documenting activity that's That's fine. And Anderson County Information Technology System.
One thing I wanted to make clear on 5, it will just say what E says. I will take out A, B, C, and D, and E. Okay. just
It
make-
eliminates that.
Yes,
Because it
it's just condensed it.
it covers it all.
Yes, sir.
Going over to H, where you put the IM, so that will require them to start giving us a monthly report
I think Judge just said that they started doing
now
that.
that they got the ticketing system.
I didn't know they had a
Yeah.
ticketing system.
Yeah.
So I'll take that out.
Okay, so you're talking about A through E comes out.
Yes, sir.
It does on your other one.
Okay.
Because it pretty much says it all. That's the history,
She condensed it.
quality work, that's down there. C. I don't know about D though, Allison, is D covered in there?
Well, it's covered
Yeah.
because it say verify the vendors. work.
Service and reputation, so I think it's covered. Okay.
All right, so is that all right on the strike, what she's got for A under 3A, and go with the, and change, I guess, change the B to an A?
Yeah, I'll
And
I'll
then-
make the changes.
And then where it says notify the Commissioners Court through presiding officer of the county judge,
Yes, sir.
okay? That will call a special meeting of the Commissioners Court. That sound all right?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Everybody? All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve the information resources vendor policy with those changes. Do I have a motion?
So I make a motion that we revise, that we accept the revise with the, amended portions that the, DA has gave us and give us with,
Well, that's why I said with the revisions.
yes, sir. Yes, sir, but I think she said she was gonna make she was gonna.
Are you
give us
gonna come
another
back and
copy.
are you gonna actually word it?
I'm gonna fix it and I'm gonna
Yeah.
email it to you.
Okay,
Yes.
good.
So
Okay,
we're approving it, but she's gonna fix it the way,
okay.
yes, sir.
With the revisions made by the district attorney.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Joey made the motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right. Motion by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Mims. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? So ordered. Okay. Thank y'all. Okay. Item number 11, consider to take action on a quote from CDW for disaster recovery for the Information Technology Department, amount of $68,826.24 for an 18-month period. And this one runs out the end of the month. This is the one we extended to come back to the court on. I didn't know that we needed to, we don't need to go through that presentation all over again that they made the other day, do we? You know, it showed all the different companies.
Right.
And all the different resources that each one had. And it came down to, this one was the one that covered all of our county elected officials, even the sheriff's department. On data recovery, it was all encrypted. When it leaves here, it's encrypted. When it's stored, it's encrypted. And when it comes, if it's coming back to us, it's all encrypted. And that was the one that actually covered the sheriff's department. And y'all have a copy of the quote in there. But they did a great deal of research over the last few months, and that was a priority because we have our own data and we have it backed up, but having it in another place is best practices. So.
And how long is this, for 18 months?
Yes, sir,
Okay.
18 months. When we started it, it was, to finish out the year, but we can go ahead and do it for the 18 months and then it should renew just a little bit later. Because they made this effective through September the 30th.
I think it was a discount, right? doing it longer? Right, discount.
It was a discounted rate for the, because we didn't want to
Extended.
just do the 6 months.
Yep.
Since we were gonna, we were planning on having the budget.
Come up here. For Mark.
For Mark, so that way he's not trying to. Yeah, we just did it for the 18 months, so that way we'd have the 6 months covered and then have the discounted rate on the next year, because we knew we were gonna have disaster recovery in the budget for next year. So, I mean, we still had money set aside for this budget year also to be able to do it.
So
'cause
part
that
of
was
it will
one
be
the-
paid in the next budget year,
Correct.
or at least it can be credited to the next budget.
Yeah, well, yes.
Okay, all right. Okay. Any questions?
I have none.
No.
Okay. All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve the quote from CDW for disaster recovery for Information Technology Department, amount of $68,826.24 for an 18-month period. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Hill. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Dixon. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So ordered. Thank you.
This was with D-Hour, right? Okay,
They were all the,
okay.
All right, item number 12 is consider and take action on participating in the state automated victim notification system maintenance grant for fiscal year 2024 with the Office of the Attorney General. Ms. Lambright.
This is our yearly grant that we have with the state for our state automated victims notification. It's a pass-through grant. We contract with APRIS and they take care of all of it. So I just need the court to approve. Please.
All right, and then, let's see. There's also an APRIS contract too, right?
Yes, that's the
Yes.
other side of it.
Okay. And I think this is a statewide notification. If somebody's getting out of prison or anything like that, then the victims are all notified.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve to participate in the state automated victims notification system maintenance grant for fiscal year 2024 with the Office of Attorney General. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Dixon. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Hill. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So ordered. Item number 13, consider and take action. This is the service agreement with the APRIS.
Yes, this is just the other side of the grant that takes care of the notifications.
Okay. All right. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Dixon. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Hill. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So ordered. Item number 14 is consider and take action on the 2024 Workers' Compensation Program renewal. Ms. Lambright.
This is just the questionnaire for workers' comp. It's already been filled out. I just need the court to approve it and the judge to sign, and then we'll send it to TAC and they'll give us rates.
Okay. All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve the 2024 Workers' Compensation Program renewal. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Hill. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Dixon. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? So ordered. Item number 15, consider to take action on the 2024 County Silver Choice Retiree Medical Program, Post-65 Group Retiree Healthcare Program renewal. Ms. Lambright.
This is the health insurance that we offer, that the county offers anyone post-65 retirees. Mine's not marked. Oh, it's the back, towards the back. My recommendation is, this is no cost to the county. My recommendation is that we keep the current plan that we're on. Right now, there isn't anybody on it.
Okay. entertain a motion to approve the, let me go back to my page here. The Silver Choice Retiring Medical Program, and stay with the current program that or approve the current program that we're using right now. Do I have a motion?
Can I ask a question first?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Megan, what is it, you say we don't have any, if somebody was on there, what did they pay a month? I see a 261 and 146 and 239.
They'll pay $533.15 a month.
Say that again?
$533.15 a month. It's on the very back packet of that.
Ready, look right here. $553.15. Right there.
It's $279.08 for medical and $274.07 for pharmacy.
Okay.
At least it gives them an opportunity for some insurance. Okay. Any other questions? I'll make a motion to approve. Do I have a second? Second. All right, motion by Judge McKinney, second by Commissioner Hill. Do I have, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? So ordered. Item number 16 is consider and take action on liability insurance renewal questionnaire for coverage for January 1, 2024 through December the 31st, 2024. Ms. Lambert.
This is our liability insurance questionnaire that's already been filled out. I just need the court to approve it and then have the judge sign it. And then we'll send it to TAC, and then we'll get our rates, and I'll bring it back to the court.
Okay. I entertain a motion to approve the liability insurance renewal with Texas Association of Counties. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Hill. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Dixon. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? So ordered. Item number 17, consider take action on declaring the obsolete cameras that were located on the outside of the courthouse surplus and to be destroyed. We had, in doing the roof, one of the things we had to take down is the cameras. Well, these were the older cameras. We didn't realize they weren't even functioning. There was some other cameras that were installed a little lower on the courthouse. So these are just junk. They can't be used for anything. So, we just need to declare them surplus and destroy them and document that with the auditor's office. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the declaring those cameras obsolete and that they're surplus and that they're to be destroyed. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Dixon. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Hill. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? So ordered. Item number 18 is consider and take action on changes to Anderson County personnel policy. I think you got some changes or something that were statutory that needed,
Yes.
that needed to be added to our personnel policy.
Yes, and all of these have been sent to Allison, and she has approved a form on all of them.
Okay.
The first one is going to be 1.171, social media applications and services prohibited on county devices, which essentially is TikTok or anything that has been entity owned by ByteDance Limited. And then the second one is 8.16, paid quarantine leave for peace officers and detention officers, which is exactly what it is. It's paid quarantine leave for those specific officers. And then the hazard communication program. And then there was one more. This was technically,
With the, is that 11.2 CDL,
yes.
drug and
Hang on,
alcohol
this one was
testing
long.
policy?
I think I skipped it.
There it is.
Yes, 11.2. This was technically an update to our current policy for CDL, drug and alcohol testing. Because we go through a different clearinghouse now, and it's This one's very detailed. And then there was one at the very end, there was no update, I just wanted in the record, updating the policy number. It was the last page. Or the last 2 pages, last 3 pages, I'm sorry. The second to last page has the drug and alcohol for CDL employees. I marked all of that out and then made it its own section, 11.2. And then the next section, which is drug and alcohol tests, I was renaming that 11.3. Do you have any questions?
Well, Judge, I'd like to table this today because I'd like time to read through it and just take time to read it all before I vote on it. So that would just my recommendation for today because I haven't had time to read through all of it.
I actually just got mine this morning, so.
Okay.
What?
We'll just put it on the next, we can just pass it, put it on the next agenda, is that all right?
Yeah. I don't know if he knows. But, yeah, that'd be fine. I'd just like to
We're
take
down
time
to
to
the
read through it.
personnel policy changes
Yes, sir.
that are statutory that we need to change, but, so everybody can read through them, we're gonna pass it to the next agenda, okay?
Thank you.
All right. All right, so moving to item number 19, is consider to take action to approve precinct 4 to bid on a dump truck up to $60,000 with, is that Renee Bait Auction?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you want
Yes, sir.
to just describe what we're doing?
Yeah, there's a dump truck on Renee Bates. We went and looked at it. Seems to be a really good truck. It's a dual tandem. I'm currently leasing from Mack, and I spoke with Mack, and they're going to continue to lease to us, but the prices are going to, like everything else, are going to go up. So I thought if I could possibly buy one truck and then just lease one, I think that would be better suited for the county. The payment has to be, if we get it bought, the payment has to be sent in within 24 hours. So I just wanted to bring it through court to bid up to $60,000 on the truck. And if we win the bid, then I can get a check. And
Was you trying to get one or two?
no, I'm just going to try to get one. Yeah.
No, what he's doing is a great thing. I discussed it with Megan last week. I just didn't have the ability to get the money to purchase them without selling them others, which has to be after. But I think it's a smart move for Precinct 4 to do this. If they can get these trucks for $60,000 or get this trucks.
Do we need to say where, is it coming like from your budget or is it coming from,
When is the auction?
if we need to put that in the motion, just in case?
It ends, I want to say next Tuesday.
Is there enough in your capital outlay? Is there 60,000 in your capital outlay?
No, I'll have to do a budget amendment.
Well, do you want to just go ahead and do that now for a verbal one?
Yeah,
Then that would be after the fact.
But that's why I wanted to make sure, so if you got 24 hours, we need to make sure.
Right.
Okay. Do you know what the next budget amendment is? What did we do the last one?
113 was the last one we did
So this would be
today.
114.
114?
And you could do a budget limit out of, a budget amendment out of the line item, 210, right? Because we have it there, we put it there.
No, it's a good deal if they can get them for $60,000. I got a feeling they might
Let me just write that.
go higher than that.
You can, though, if you have enough money.
Paying interest. Quit paying interest.
Yeah. But hey, it's still, that's a good deal on the others compared to paying $140,000.
So I understand.
Yeah, it's a good deal, but that, his foreman does some legwork to find them, and hopefully it works out.
There's actually,
4 of them.
yeah, there's actually 2 of them that we looked at that are really good, clean trucks, but being this time of year, I don't have all the funds I need to purchase two of them.
Do we need to describe where that budget amendment get
Yes,
moved
I'm
from into?
looking, hang on just a second.
Okay.
Yeah. You have 47 in Dogwood Park. And then in 210, you only have 1,800.
Oh.
Oh, what do we do with your money? So you didn't use it, is it okay? So you still have that available? Well, we can move expenses from 100 to cover that, and then you'd have money in 100.
Okay. Yeah, cause there was, I hadn't spent any of that, there was 130 in that we moved last quarter
Okay,
to all of our precincts.
okay, he'll have,
Did you like that economic development in Westwood? I thought you might.
Judge?
Yeah.
I'm gonna move expenses out of his construction materials into the ARPA, the money that y'all allotted. So that will free up money, in his general fund construction materials, and then that money will do a budget amendment into capital outlay. So it will
So it's
be,
coming from,
It's 100.
it'll be, hang on,
It'll be coming from capital outlay and construction.
no,
No, only
yes,
100.
yes, it'll be from construction materials to capital outlay in the general fund.
Right.
and it's coming from ARPA?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna move expenses from his general fund to ARPA, so that will free up budget in his general fund.
Road oil and materials that we
Yeah.
bought that come out of my construction,
Okay.
that ARPA money will pay for them, so
Yeah.
that'll put that back into
Okay.
my construction.
So that will increase his budget in the
That'll
general
increase
fund.
my construction budget, we
Okay.
can,
So it'll be
So
47,532
Do you
coming
want
out
to make the
of,
motion and just show where it's coming from and going to?
yes, I can do that.
Go ahead.
I'll put it in form of a motion that, the auditor's office is gonna, move money from my construction, ARPA, to my construction to pay for road oil
yeah,
and other things, and then take the money out of construction
in your general fund,
and put in the general fund.
and put that into capital outlay.
Put that in the
for
capital outlay
Budget amendment 114.
for budget amendment 114.
There you go.
Okay. And to allow you to go out for bids for a dump truck.
Well, you have to allow me to bid up to $60,000 for a dump truck.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Hill. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Mims. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? So ordered. Okay. Item number 20, consider and take action on a $100 required deposit with Renee Bait Auction. So I assume that's so you can
Can you use your
do what
credit,
you want.
can you use your credit card, or do you have to have a check?
No, I think you can use credit card.
Oh, well, then you can use your credit card if you want.
Okay, I just wanted to bring that forward because I've never, I mean, we always buy stuff off Auctioneer Express. I've never used Renee Bates. But we called, got a bidder number and got everything, and they said that before we can bid, we have to send a $100 deposit in.
Okay, that way we got it
I think
And
the
on the
easiest,
agenda and approved by court.
Right, and
I
I'll
think the easiest
use,
thing to do is use your credit card.
yeah, I'll use my, credit card to do that.
All right, so I'll entertain a motion to approve precinct 4 to be able to use, to spend $100 required deposit with Renee Bait Auction. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Mims. I'll second it. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? So ordered. Item number 21 is authorize the auditor's office to request bids for paving county roads, blading. Let's see, blading county roads, base stone, iron ore gravel, corrugated metal culvert pipe, road oil refined, cracked fuel oil, asphalt treated road material, bituminous cold patch material, asphaltic concrete hot mix, high performance cold mix asphalt patch material, recycled asphalt product, gasoline and diesel fuel, Pug Mill Mixing, railroad tank car culverts, and flatbed cars, new and used steel pipe, and hauling materials for year 2024. That's a mouthful. I entertain that motion.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Mims. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Hill. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? So ordered. Item number 22, consider and take action on accepting a quote from Calvary Construction in the amount of $10,291 to move several doors and building partition walls at the Sheriff's Department in order to create more office space and interview rooms. Sheriff, morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
This project is at the older of the two buildings I have over there. It was built in the mid-'80s, and we're just trying to better utilize the space that's available since we've experienced a lot of growth in the sheriff's office, considering the staff from the '80s versus today. Total of a little over $10,000. We'll be creating some interview rooms, some office space, and make it much more efficient and effective for our.
I went down and Sheriff and I looked at it, and in that building, there was always a need for some more interview rooms.
Exactly, Judge.
If you got a family of 3 or something in there and you're trying to take statements, you really don't have the place to do that. So, I mean, I think it'd be a good move. So, that's my opinion. Any other questions?
I have none.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to accept the quote from Calvary Construction in the amount of $10,291 to move several doors and building partition walls at the Sheriff's Office in order to create more office space and interview rooms.
So
motion by Commissioner Mims. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Hill. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
And this
So
will come out of permanent improvement?
Permanent building fund, our improvement.
Yeah, we'll just take it out of permanent improvement. Is that all right with everybody?
it's fine with me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can we go back to number 19 for Joey's?
Yeah.
The budget amendments that were passed earlier, we took all of the construction material, all the capital outlay out of your budget. So I don't know if it was in your motion that you said the dollar amount. I know I said it to move, so it'll be for $60,000. So we can move $60,000 to ARPA.
I don't think I said, but I will amend my motion on number 19 for the $60,000 to come out of
Construction.
out of construction
To ARPA.
to ARPA.
Actual bills that have already been paid, and then $60,000 budget amendment from construction materials to capital outlay.
So cap, yes.
Okay, so that's your motion to amend the original motion?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, second on the amendment. All in favor of the amendment, say aye. Aye. All opposed? So ordered. Now we'll need to vote on the original motion as amended. So on number 19, I'll entertain a motion to approve the motion as amended, or the original motion with the amendment. Do I have a motion?
That's you.
I wasn't gonna try to repeat it. I'm sorry.
So moved.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Hill. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Dixon. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? So ordered.
Sorry about that.
Thank you, Megan.
Thank you. Sorry.
Okay. Better do it right now, so. Item number 23, consider and take action on a request from Anderson County Extension Office for the use of office space at the AgriLife building. Y'all got a letter in your packet from, our Chief Extension Officer, Truman Lamb, and, the, Emergency Management Office they've moved it back to College Station. And so, I talked to Paul Gunnels on the phone, and so there's not gonna be somebody necessarily in Anderson County. There's gonna be somebody in Angelina that covers us. And so, they're making arrangements to get his equipment out. So Truman and them had asked if we could make that a meeting room for them, for the state rep or for any of their extension agents. So I don't have a problem with it, and I'll entertain a motion to approve the extension office request to make the former emergency management office at the AgriLife building a meeting room for the extension office. Do I have that motion? Motion by Commissioner Hill, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Mims, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? So ordered. All right, entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Hill, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Dixon, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? We're adjourned. Thank y'all.